I'm part of an agency called the IMF. What's that stand for? Impossible Mission Force. Shut up. Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends, take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? Triple the mission, triple the impossible. Actually, the tagline was, the mission begins 5/5 of 06, but I think mine's better.
Ethan! Everybody get down! We need you to come with us.
What the hell is this? It's Hunt.
I know it's Hunt.
Luther!
Go there! Welcome back, brother.
Rated PG-13 in theaters everywhere May 5th.
Welcome back, brother. That's for you too, man. Joining me today is reoccurring guest, Dan Sacklunch, my Mission Impossible cadet.
you're the virgin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
We're continuing our mission to watch for the first time for you and a rewatch for me the entire Mission Impossible movie series and record 12 podcasts to prove it. How was this received by the audience? And more importantly, how was it received from Dan, our mission veteran? Find out this week and next week as we break down M:I:3. So many colons, double the colons. So the details for this one. IMF agent Ethan Hunt comes into conflict with a dangerous and sadistic arms dealer who threatens his life and his fiancée in response. Directed by J.J. Abrams' directorial debut on feature film. I kind of knew that, but I was reminded of that when doing the research for this.
I'll be honest. This is tough for me because I feel like I want to pop on a bunch of stuff, but I've got to wait till next week.
Yeah, if you've got beefs,
it starts with his first directorial debut. Like I immediately want to respond to that, but I'm gonna hold tight till next week.
So. Without spoiling what you're going to say, are these beefs or are these redemptions?
I think there's all the above. I think there's some hot takes.
Wow.
I think there's all the above. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you know me, I don't have too many beefs with movies.
No.
Right? So,
This might be some arguments here in this one then.
It sounds like it.
Director of such films as the rebooted Star Trek, the rebooted Star Wars, and one episode of The Office. I just threw that one in there. But top billed stars are Tom Cruise, of course, Michelle Monaghan, Ving Rhames, Billy Crudup, Kerry Russell, Simon Pegg, Lawrence Fishburne, Maggie Q, Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and the venerable Philip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P. It's a stacked cast.
R.I.P.
And I thought this was really funny. This is kind of out of order, but after the success of Shaun of the Dead, which is, I think, one of my most favorite zombie movies of all time. I
do believe you and I watched that together for the first time. It was our first time when we both watched that together.
Very correct. And man, what a great film.
What a film, yeah.
What a great film. But Simon Pegg was asked whether he was going to be pursuing a career in Hollywood because he, was in Shaun of the Dead. He laughed and replied, "It's not like I'm going to be in Mission Impossible 3.
Did he really?
Yeah, that was, and then 2 years later, he's in Mission Impossible 3. Kind of cool.
Man, Mission Impossible 3 just connects the Hollywood world.
I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people.
Well, because last time we talked about how Wolverine was almost cast with the villain of Mission Impossible 2 and some of those other things. So
clearly Gandalf, Ian McKellen was supposed to be cast, and then he wouldn't have been Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies. So yeah, a lot.
Right. So Mission Impossible is like the Kevin Bacon, the 6 degrees or 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
So
have you ever seen that meme?
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be the 7 degrees of Mission Impossible.
Exactly.
How many degrees can you find a actor in Mission Impossible? Anthony Hopkins was in the last one, like Sir Anthony Hopkins. So runtime is 2 hours and 6 minutes, the longest mission yet so far. Rated PG-13. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says action adventure, and IMDb says action adventure thriller. I think they're just copying and pasting at this point for these ones, because they're all the same. Speaking of IMDb, 6.9 out of 10 from 363,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gives us a 71% from 224 critic ratings and 69% from 250,000 audience ratings. I don't know if I should bring this up, but maybe I will. It's the highest rated of the 3 that we've watched, both critically and just critically. MI2,
not from audience.
MI2 is slightly higher at 71% versus the 69% from 250,000 audience ratings. I won't go
Where does it
beyond that.
Without 6? No? Okay.
I think we should do all the rankings at the end. Both
I'm with you.
Money, box office, ratings, our ratings. I think we should rank all of them as well. But yeah,
100%.
So far it is the highest rated of the 3 that we have watched critically. Okay. Where to watch this? At the time of this recording, you can stream this on Paramount Plus or rent or purchase this from your preferred purveyor of digital media. If you choose the highest tier of our Patreon account, you'll have access to the Popcorn Priest permanent collection. Go to patreon.com/Popcorn Priest for details. All right, this brings us to what's becoming the most beloved category of Should You Watch This? Popcorn Reviews the Reviews. All right, man. I always let you choose.
I love it.
10 out of 10s or 1 out of 10s?
This one's tough. I think I've got to start with the 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I just got to... I need a moment just to compose myself until
I'm ready. It's so funny because I was like super nervous about the second one, and now I'm even more nervous about MI3 listening to how you've kind of approached it so far. But all right, 10 out of 10s. Best Mission Impossible, says Jap123. I feel like that's,
racist.
Can't say that, Mr. 123. Okay.
Yeah, come on, man.
I've watched this movie.
Better.
I watched this movie last night, and I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't like the previous one, MI2, and I think the first one was good, but nothing special. MI3 does have all the elements of a good action movie. Crazy stunts, amazing action sequences, and explosions. Great locations, very well acted, and it never gets boring. In one word, I really enjoyed this one, and I'm going to see this movie another time. 10 out of 10 stars.
just one more time, and then he's through.
Okay? In one word, I really enjoyed this one, and I'm going to see this movie another time.
Okay. You do that, Jeff, and I'll see you there.
Okay. I just loved how he ended that. All right, the second one of 3. Mission: Impossible 3. 5 words: the best of the 3, says Jaws Forever. This movie stars one of the best male actors in the world, Tom Cruise. Usually the third movie of a series trilogy is horrible. Examples are Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Friday the 13th, Part 3. What? What are these examples, man? And then the last one, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. I mean,
where is the parallel? Man?
Like,
where is the parallel?
No Return of the Jedi, like, Return of the King. I mean, there's so many threequels that you could bring up, but you bring up Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Expendables.
I mean, there's some.
Expendables is action, right?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's just all these weird horror films, but. He says, he says, and so on and so forth. But Mission: Impossible 3 is the best of the series. Examples of good third movies of any series trilogy is The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and so on and so forth. Dude, Terminator 3, he's saying that's one of the best threequels. I mean, he was right there with Lord of the Rings, but man.
I just feel like this is somebody that wears women's underwear and watches all movies, even today, on VHS.
Yeah, he's somehow recording them and then watching them on VHS.
He finds them. He's probably the dude that takes his camera into the theater.
Oh, yeah. And he's watching it on one of
Christmas
those
lights hung up year round.
And he's watching it on one of those TVs that is in like a nice wood cabinet that swivels.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You better believe it, brother, with plastic on the couch and everything.
All right.
Done deal. Done deal. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Wow. Jaws forever.
Yeah,
hot
incredible.
Takes. Hotter than your takes, I'm thinking.
For sure, dude.
All right. Last but not least. If you have a heart condition, please stay home. Says Info 8484. I've just seen Mission Impossible 3 and I can't find the words for it. I just can't. Within the first 5 minutes of the movie, I was tearing the armrests apart. My eyes were fixed on the screen like my life depended on it, and my heart was pounding hard. You couldn't have gotten more attention from me had you stuck a gun in my face. It was real. It really was. I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys, so I'll just say, after I left the theater, I walked home with a huge grin on my face. And when I got there...
He did not say that.
Yes. And when I got there, my heart wasn't even back to normal. And my shirt was drenched in sweat like it hasn't been since hell. I don't know when. I don't care what anyone says. This is the best movie I have ever seen, bar none. 10 out of 10 stars.
Calm down, Terry. Jesus. He said, I walked home. He really said that?
Yes. I walked home with who walks home from the theater?
Terry. Oh. Dang it, man. That's absolutely incredible, bro.
I don't know.
I don't even know where to go. He called it the best movie he's ever seen, man.
Bar none.
I guarantee when he's spying on his neighbor who just moved in, he thinks that he's seen this. Dang it, man.
Well, yeah, of course he's spying on his neighbor because he's walking by his house all the time.
Oh, man. That's too good, man. Thank you for that.
Oh, man. I told you.
I wish I had that type of passion.
Wow. Yeah. Let's just move on to the hottest segment in podcasting. Should or shouldn't you watch this? Okay.
Wow, bro.
Here we go. Should or shouldn't you watch this? 5 reasons why you should watch M:3. What?
Wait, we didn't even go through the bad reviews.
Oh, I just thought that was so good that we just needed to move on. Okay.
Terry left you shook.
Dude. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe I forgot the bad reviews. Okay. I love it. Let's rewind a little bit and get the 1 out of 10s. Let me take a breath. This movie is so bad, it's a waste of electricity, says IMXO. If you spend any amount of money to watch this movie, be it for a ticket in a theater, to purchase the video, or even to provide electricity for your television, you have wasted your money. And you most certainly will have wasted your time. This movie's that bad. But go ahead, it's your life. 1 out of 10 stars.
I guarantee that this guy buys his cereal in bags.
I love bag cereal.
He is generic all the way. Oh man. That's a lot of vitriol, man. That's okay.
Waste of electricity, he says.
Yeah, clearly.
And more than one way.
I'm still reeling from Terry.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
All right, last two.
Okay.
Stupid film, says Rizkai Belaki. Rizkai Belki. One. Balky. Rizky Bilky. I can't understand a spy movie carried by a lot of attractive persons. That's the end of the sentence. I can't understand a spy movie carried by a lot of attractive persons, especially that hot Asian woman. It's stupid to see her taking spy photos of the so very male villain with a red bright dress, revealing her long, sexy, beautiful, gorgeous legs, and pretending to play girl concern of her makeup. Isn't that so catchy? I don't know. I just lose it because all of this minor stupid things. 1 out of 10 stars.
I can't believe that's the moment. Like, if I didn't like the film, that's probably the best part of the film.
I mean,
right? Like, if I'm bored and all of a sudden this smoking hot Asian kid's on and is in a revealing dress, I'm like, yeah, about time. Let's roll, baby.
Listen,
but not him.
This guy or lady has his beef is with the sexy Asian lady, but yet the entire review is describing so much of this lady. Like, come on, man. Obviously, you liked that part. You describing it in such detail.
Right. Not only that, but he's got every movie that Maggie Q's ever been in. So,
yeah.
Let's be real.
And probably a poster of her on his ceiling.
Right. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Amazing.
Last 1 out of 10. Awful, says Dan Dienek. And I thought this might have been you, but the worst, most grueling 2 hours in my life. Awful rehash of a tired formula. Spent the whole film wishing it was over. Didn't care about any of the characters. Was hoping Tom Cruise would die. 1 out of 10 stars. That's too much.
I mean, I feel like we should find this person, get him help, and maybe arrest him before cruise gazing gets canceled forever.
He needs a prescription of cruise gazing. # cruise gazing.
Yeah, cruise gazing, man. Come on.
He's a hateful, negative
Holy
man.
cow. He needs to go hang out with Terry and go to the movies and walk home.
Yeah, they need to start. they need to buddy up.
Yeah, they do. Oh man. I mean, those 3 bad reviews sounded very similar.
Yeah, and you know what? There wasn't
feel like
that
it's
many.
Probably the same person.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. Really?
Not a ton. I mean, comparatively to the good reviews. Okay, well, we made it through Popcorn Reuse the reviews. Let's.
That's my favorite.
It's becoming my favorite as well. Let's get back to should you watch this? All right, 5 reasons why you should watch this. Number 1, if you like Tom Cruise, then this is for you. I hope you see what a trend here, Dan, with this first one. It's been the same in all 3 movies so far. What WTF? Why haven't you seen any of these? Unacceptable.
I don't know. I don't know.
Gosh.
I explained why. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't like your response. Your response. It's not acceptable.
I need to be better.
God.
Yeah, I need to grow up.
Tom Cruise. If you like Tom Cruise, then you got to watch these. I mean, this is
For sure.
number one. Number two, if you like J.J. Abrams as a director, I think this is for you. I think he's done a really good job in the movies that he's directed, except for the last Star Wars. But that wasn't his fault. I'm not going to put that on him.
Well, I don't know what the last Star Wars is, but
yeah, don't bother.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he directed two of the newest trilogy, the first and the third, and there was just so many cooks in the kitchen on that last one that it's just incoherent, in my opinion.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress. Number three, if you want to see, I would say one of the top 5 best villains of all time with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
100%, bro.
I mean,
I
can't think. When I was waiting for you to jump on, I was thinking of who's better, and I thought of Darth Vader, maybe all of the Nazis.
Wait.
Well,
I can't say that.
Yeah, I'm saying not the Nazis who on all movies are
Every
the
movie.
best villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't think of like
Right.
another 2 or 3 that are cooler than this villain.
I have one.
Okay.
I have one. That's maybe not cooler, but definitely. And there's actually 2 villains in this movie, and one of them was in Mission Impossible 2 in this particular movie.
What?
Silence of the Lambs. So there was really 2 villains in Silence of the Lambs, but Wild Bill, oof, to your core.
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on, or it gets the hose again.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again.
Yes, that one. And Anthony Hopkins was in that as kind of a villain, right? I mean,
Dude, do you want
that
me?
means.
You've brought something up that's very connected to you and I. I don't know. Okay, we might have to cut this out, but I got to tell you this story about it puts the lotion on the skin that involves you. So you and I both worked at a home and car electronics store, which is hilarious in and of itself. It's almost like the mall rats or
Like if you've ever seen 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay, yes.
Any scene of that in smart tech is what we live on a day-to-day basis.
100% true. So
Yes.
I had been there only, I don't know, months. Couple months, not very long. And do you remember there was this back room where we had like high-end stuff, and you could go in and demo stuff for people. And there was like 3 rooms, but there was one that was all the way in the back, and that's where the
always dark.
Yeah, always dark in there. There was the DVR and the dish for the cable, so that it would run to all the big screens in the home section.
Right.
So I'm at the raceway, which we called the center area where all the cash registers and stuff were, and the phones and stuff. And I look over, and granted, I had never seen Silence of the Lambs. I'm sorry. Obviously, I've seen it now. But I look over, and the screens keep kind of changing, to different channels. And then all of a sudden it lands on Silence of the Lambs. And it's dong, 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 and the guy is dancing with his junk tucked into his skins, and he's saying, "I would F me hard" to the entire store. And I'm looking around like, what is going on? And so we had our manager, his name was Josh, and I've never seen that guy run so fast from the very back, all the way back there.
Yeah.
And
He wasn't exactly graceful either.
no, dude. I'm looking around. There's kids in the place. There's like it was terrifying. I'd for me so hard. In his mouth, he's putting lipstick on, and that song that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my husband. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it puts the lotion on skin.
Incredible.
Sorry, we derailed from should you watch this, but I had to tell you that story.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was incredible in this.
Very, very
Great villain.
scary. Like scary. Number 4. On Tom Cruise's Twitter bio, he states, running in movies since 1981. This movie's highlighted by an extended one shot of him running at full rip for 22 seconds straight without a cut through a congested, like, Chinese street. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And number 5.
He's a runner.
He's a runner. If you want to see how Ethan Hunt puts every husband in the entire world to shame, this is for you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Those are my 5 reasons. What are there any reasons from the great Dan that we should watch Mission Impossible 3?
Yeah. If you like explosions, this is definitely for you. Like kind of like if you like slow mo, then Mission Impossible 2 is for you. If you like explosions, this one's for sure for you.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
No, I think that's probably a good list.
All right. Let's get into numbers. By the numbers.
For God's sakes, just give me the damn number!
All right. Do you want to guess the budget?
I'm nervous on this one. I'm nervous on these numbers because I had hit a nice little streak of being pretty close.
Maybe I should
on
not.
almost all of these. And then last Mission Impossible 2 episode, I was off on too many of them. So I clearly this one has a gigantic budget. So I would probably put it at 132 million.
Very close. 150. And this is the most expensive so far. And just letting you know the trend is going up.
What trend?
The trend of
the spend.
how much it's costing to make these.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this had 30 more million than number 2. And what do you guess the box office haul is?
Oh man. How are we saying worldwide?
Yeah,
Oh.
this does include domestic and international sales combined.
I'll go 515.
Ooh, 399.
Oh,
400 million. Mission Impossible 2 had 549. So 150 more million dollars.
Yeah.
And this was more
Okay.
well received. Well, no, I take it back. Mission 2 had a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. This had a 71%. So let's see.
Okay.
From audience, 71 versus 69. So close, really close. But more people went to see this, 2 than 3.
Yeah, Mission Impossible has me all messed up then because like I'm so far off on these. Okay.
That's fine. So this had the 4th widest opening in history, commandeering 4,054 screens, 170 of which were digital. So digital started bleeding into the world at this point. I was at the movie theater, by the way, when the digital transition happened, and it was really cool to see that. But with a budget of $150 million, this is the most expensive movie ever undertaken by a first-time feature film director at the time.
Yeah.
Can
that's
you
what I was actually thinking too.
can you
It's like, that's a
imagine?
big budget for a first timer.
Like, hey, you've never directed a movie. Tom Cruise is starring and probably going to be, up your butt quite a bit about everything. And we're going to give you $150 million. Have fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I only have a couple more numbers. Well, I wanted to compare this with the 3 so far. So we've got Mission 1, $80 million budget, Mission 2, $120 million budget, and Mission 3, $150. And the box office was $549 for 2, $400 for 3, and $457 for 1. And then we told you about how adjusted for inflation, it would have been like $1 billion. The first one had it come out now.
Crazy.
So the numbers aren't looking great on this one.
No, they're not.
So I have two more numbers, and I also been looking this up too. I kind of like knowing the landscape of the year for movies and where they rank based on box office numbers. So top 10 for 2006. Where do you think MI3 lands in the top 10?
I mean, look, it's got to be low because there must have been a lot of great movies pulling dollars from them. So I would probably put it at like 9.
Dude, that's really good. It's 8. It's 8th on the list.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay.
So I'm just going to rapid fire the top 7 that beat it out. Number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
With 1 billion. Number 2, The Da Vinci Code, 760 million. Yeah. Number 3, really? Ice Age, The Meltdown, 660 million. Okay. 4, we talked about this last week, Casino Royale for 605 million. Okay. Go listen to MI2 for that one. Number 5, Night at the Museum, 574 million. Number 6, Cars, 461. And number 7, X-Men The Last Stand at 460 million. Then MI3.
Yeah. I mean, that's massive competition there.
Yeah, there's a lot of highly watched films in that list.
Like, I can imagine that 7 is it 7? 7's coming up.
Yes. Well, 7 is split into 2, but yes, 7. And there's rumors that this might be the last one. At least I've read a couple of articles the last couple of weeks. But I think Tom's just, if it kills, he's probably just going to try to do another one.
I think it's going to kill.
So I have 3 more numbers. One of the 5 percussionists in the orchestra, which did the film's score, was Emil Richards, who 30 years ago played bongos on the original Mission Impossible theme. I thought that was cool.
All right. That's, again, man, 7 degrees of Mission Impossible, baby.
Yeah, play those bongos, Emil Richards. All right.
That's incredible.
This one's really funny. I cannot believe this happened. And it would have been even crazier had it happened it probably would never have happened in our time right now. But to promote the film, Paramount rigged 4,500 randomly selected LA Times vending boxes with digital audio players, which would play the theme song when the door was opened. Listen to this.
Okay.
The audio players did not always stay concealed, however, and in many cases would come loose and fall on top of the stack of newspapers in plain view, which the result then were widely mistaken for bombs. Police bomb squads detonated a number of the vending boxes and even temporarily shut down a veterans hospital in response to the apparent threat. Despite these problems, Paramount and the LA Times opted to leave the audio players in the boxes until 2 days after the movie's opening.
Wow. I can just imagine somebody watching the news and just all of a sudden the phone rings. It's like, dude, are you watching this? We got to do something.
Like
you'll tell no one.
Yeah, the marketing team's like, turn it off, cut it, take them all out, hurry. No, they're just like, let's just leave them. Let's just leave them for another 2 days. We've threatened a veterans hospital and we've blown these suckers up, but let's leave them in there.
Yeah, what a good decision. Oh, that's incredible. Okay.
It's insane. All right, the last one is visible body count. And I'm not going to go into detail, but I have 2 numbers, and they're within one body.
Okay. I would say 31.
You're still batting a high number, 27 or 26. Okay. That's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a difference of 4. I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's really good. That's all the numbers I have. So how do you want to end this episode before we come back next week with spoilers and final rating of MI3?
Gosh, dude, like I said, I'm ready to blow. So
All right. We might need to just stop here then.
I don't want to blow. Yeah, I don't want to blow until next week. So I think we wrap it up.
So you're just going to have to blow me next week then. Or wait.
I'm going to have to blow it. It's got to be your bowl.
Hey, it's got to be. Wait, no. You're blowing. Wait, what? We're blowing.
Wait.
Are we blowing? No, wait. All right. At this point, there's going to be spoilers up ahead. So if you want to watch and then come back next week and join us for a breakdown of what was Mission Impossible 3:2:3. I am on the social medias. I dare you to message the Great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you'd share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing a few shekels at the priest by visiting patreon.com/Popcorn Priest and see what extra perks you can enjoy. And lastly, the easiest way to support the show and the most free is like, subscribe, and give a 5-star review. Easier than opening your LA Times box and seeing a huge bomb that you think is going to kill you. And as always, thanks for listening. And thanks to my special guest, Dan Sacklunch himself. Always a pleasure.
See y'all next week.
Join us next week for part 2 of Mission Impossible 3. See you next week.